I'm making a set of blind box toys, but this time it's gonna be fish themed. And once again, I only have 1 week to make as many toys as possible because my art studio is hosting another pop-up market where I'm gonna sell my art. But so far, I have 0 toys. But the real question is, how many people would even buy these? And for how much money? With Labubus, Sunny Angels, Smiskies, and even Pokemon cards popping off right now, now's a great time to sell mystery blind boxes. Gambling is in. Last time I made a bunch of these little wood toys with a laser cutter and hand painted them all one by one, so I'm gonna use this method again. Since I already have some underwater themed designs for my last batch of toys, I'm gonna reuse some of these designs to make a fish themed collection. Also, it's becoming apparent that I have a thing for fish. Just look at my past work. So far, I have a fish with legs, a shrimp, an octopus, a pufferfish, and a scuba diving cat. I think 2 more designs would be a good number for this set. I got to sketching and came up with some ideas. Out of these concepts, I think the fish bones and a crab carrying a fish were pretty funny and the strongest ideas. It's inspired by this picture I found. I vectorized the new designs, so now I have this as my full blind box set. I formatted the designs so the laser cutter can follow my orders. The red lines cut the wood all the way through. The blue lines score faint lines that I use as guides between different paint colors, and the purple areas engrave an indent into the wood that I use for the eye whites. As a test run, I cut out 1 of each design. These toys are made up of 3 layers of 1/4-inch wood. I superglue each layer together with the engraved piece on top, and just like that, I turned a 2D design into a standing 3D toy. The scuba diving cat and the crab holding a fish has an extra layer of 1/16-inch wood for extra details. You can see the extra pop of detail in the scuba mask and in the crab's face and claws. All the designs seem good to go, but I can already tell the crab holding the fish is going to be the most annoying to make. There's 3 extra tiny pieces, and there's a small, hard to reach hole in the middle that I would have to paint. Most blind boxes have a secret or rare designs out of the set and are hard to get, so I think I'm just going to make this design the rare secret one so I don't have to make as many crabs. I used 12 by 12 sheets of 1/4-inch wood and fit as many figures I can into the 6 sheets. I import this layout into the laser cutting software and get straight to cutting. Now I have a bunch of these pieces ready to assemble, and this is when I go hyperspeed and superglue all the pieces together. This footage isn't even sped up. Now I got all these toys ready to paint, but then I realize blind boxes need blind box packaging. I need to figure out packaging stat because there's only 4 days left before the pop-up. Getting a cutout of custom printed boxes and assembling them is going to take too long to get them manufactured, so I gotta get creative. Jewelry boxes. I can buy blank jewelry boxes online that fits my toys. I found these boxes that are about 3 by 2 by 1 inches, and they fit my toys, and they even come with a little foam padding inside. And for packaging design, I can make a sticker that wraps around the top of the lid to the bottom of the box. I quickly designed a label and called it Fish Toy, and I included each of the toy designs on the label and had a silhouette of the crab as a legendary secret design. I printed a test piece with my thermal label printer and cut it out to exact size and tested it on the box. It looks pretty good. Shout out to Makers Hub, a nearby local fabrication studio. They fired up their sticker machine and made these high quality labels in less than 24 hours. Literally the day I finished designing the labels, I had a big sheet of them in my hands. I tried out one of the stickers and they actually look really good. Okay, packaging done, now I gotta paint these things. I spray this filler primer before hand painting. The laser cut edges on the wood are pretty porous, so this is what I use to plug up the holes. The primer is pretty thick, so it coats the edges pretty well, and the color paint goes on much better. This is what happens if you raw dog the paint on the wood. I primed all the pieces and waited for them to dry. Next up, I paint in all the eye whites. This is pretty easy because the engraved indent is like a little pool that I could drop paint into. Next, I paint 1 color at a time. So if I already have the red paint out, I'm gonna paint everything that's red, like the red parts on the shrimp and the red part of the scuba diving mask. I also had to mix paint for some of the colors to get the correct shade I wanted. I watched a whole bunch of YouTube while painting these, and I have to highlight the super smart time-saving technique by my studio mate, the Baobei, where she stacked all the fishes together so it was easier to paint them all blue at the same time. I superglued the last 16th layer of details on all the crabs and glued all the scuba masks for all the cats. And after 2 days of painting, I finally finish hand painting all the colors. I use the satin coat finishing spray to seal them up, and it makes them more durable and gives it a subtle shine. And once they dry, the toys are done. And the final count of how many toys I made this week is 80 toys. Now that I have all these finished toys, it's time to put them all in their little boxes. I just stick them in, close them up, peel the sticker, apply the label, and now they're done, ready to be sold. I opened up all the boxes at the same time and put them all in their little coffins. Just look at them in their little homes. I put on all the lids and stuck on each label one by one. So like I mentioned, my studio is hosting a pop-up, and it's toy themed. About 10 other artists are here tabling with me, and they're all selling or showcasing some of their toys or collectibles that they made. I set up my table with my blind box fish toys front and center. I'm also selling some leftover resin toys and t-shirts. And at 12 p.m., we opened our doors, and the pop-up is now open. A bunch of people came by and showed so much love for these toys. And even some of you guys who discovered me here on YouTube showed up. A lot of people opened their boxes right in front of me, and I love seeing everyone's reactions. I was selling more than anticipated. And during the final hour of day 2 of the pop-up, I sold out all the boxes. You may be wondering, how much did I sell these for? Based on typical blind box prices, I decided to price mine at $15. That means for 80 toys, I made around $1,200 in sales. But was it worth it? In a past video, I broke down how much time it takes to make these kind of toys, and it took around 15 total minutes of full attention per toy. The cost of wood, laser cutting, painting, and packaging is about $3 each, which means I spent around 20 plus hours total, 30 if you count the pop-up hours, and it cost around $240 in materials. That means I made around $960 in profit. Not bad, but the real value is being able to make this video about it. You guys have been showing me so much love here on YouTube, and I couldn't be more grateful. After the pop-up, we ate pizza. I didn't even get to take product photos or sell these toys online. So while I was putting this video together, I took some nice pictures and I made another 80 toys and put them up for sale on my website, oksuperday.com. Available now. If you want to see me do more projects like these, subscribe.